Welcome to ASCENT. I'm Fiery Grace the Gifted. I'm here with a collective twin flame reading. You'll see that I have mirroring decks here. This spread will help us see a bit more into the signs, syncs, all the downloads and messages that come through for both counterparts. I'm using Mr. Lightwork's decks for the Divine Masculine and mine for the Divine Feminine. Because I have a feeling this energy is going to be huge, I've already blessed and shuffled. Let me split these, complete the blessing, and we will look in and see why I was led to do this particular reading at such a time as this. Let's find out. Divine Feminine 5D, Queen of Wands. It's time to stretch your wings, Divine Feminine. Your creative spark. It is on. It is on. And what do we got? Divine Masculine? Seven of Pentacles. But you know what I get here? I kind of get the sense of this in reverse. Saying, look, the seeds that you planted, they were taking a while to grow. And I know that it's been causing you a little bit of worry, a little bit of stress, but don't be alarmed. Don't worry about this because you did a good job and you're sowing and you're going to reap these benefits. To me, this is not about sowing. This is about the harvest. So the Divine Masculine is on track right now. Honestly, this is good. What does this mean in the 5D? Hold on, Divine Feminine. Hold on tight. This is not what I thought it. Hold on. Okay, that's crazy. This is what I saw when I picked the cards up, but I didn't even see the Magician, which I think is the magic of it. And it kind of, you see the Magician, it kind of looks like this person, right? This is, okay, I see a bunch of stuff. I see Saturday Night Fever, like, this is the move, you know, when you put your hands up, but then when you close your hands is a part of that dance. So it's this process of opening up and sending out from within, from the center. And so I get this sense of, okay, Divine Feminine, hold on, because you're about to, wait a minute too. You're about to, hold on. And look at that, even arms out here. You're about to move into a time in your life where you're barely going to be able to keep up. I hear wedding day, but I don't think this is necessarily talking about like, oh, you're going to get married. Yay. No, I think this is saying, listen, I just realized that's 5, isn't it? Wow. Sorry. But have you ever heard someone say, listen, make sure that you take pictures? I'm about to get emotional. Oh my God. I say, make sure you take a lot of pictures, like hire a really good photographer. And I think some of you have seen The Office. Why am I getting emotional right now? Woo! Some of you have seen The Office, and some of you know the part that I'm talking about where one of the couples was talking about their wedding day and in this kind of same concept, and they said, let's take mental pictures. And so they would kind of hold their fingers up to their eyes and be like, you know, like I'm taking a snapshot, a mental snapshot of this moment. I get the sense like that, like you're being told right now, be prepared. You're going to go so fast. It's a roller coaster ride that takes your picture. You know what I'm talking about? When you're on the roller coaster and you know that exact moment where you're going to see the flash, like the flashing light, and it's going to have a picture for you. I'm getting that sense. I'm getting this sense of this is about, and now I'm seeing paparazzi flashing lights. I'm telling you, this is a whirlwind, and it's saying, Divine Feminine, just do yourself a favor here and be ready to open up and receive. And even if you feel like you're doing the freaking, what's it called? Saturday Night Fever dance. What is that? I don't even know what that's called. But even if you feel like that in the moment, like, okay, I'm open and I'm closed. I'm open and I'm closed. I'm there and I'm coming back. I can't figure this out. What's the real pattern? What's really happening here? I don't know if this is even going to stay lit. If you get to that point, you can remember, oh yeah, this is a part of the dance. This is a part of this divine move that I'm supposed to be making, and I can trust it. And I know that this is what I have to do to shake off the old and, kind of charge up. That's interesting because it's both. It's like I'm releasing, but then as I release, I feel like it's the giver, right? It's like when I give a homeless bag out and then I watch them rip open the sandwich bag or the bottle of water and they chug it, and you can tell like they needed that, and you can just, it's like my love going into them. I know that sounds gross and weird to some people because you guys are weirdos like me, but it's like I want you to just think about all of these visions and all of those feelings and all of those emotions, and I want you to see that underneath this fear that you have of, is this really the right time? Is this really it? Are you sure, Grace? Are you sure, God, source, spirit, universe, divine, guides, angels? What are you sure? It's like, yes. You know what I'm seeing? This is funny. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry if I scared anybody, but I have to look up how to throw discus. How to throw a discus. Oh my gosh, this is taking me back to freaking track. Ugh. But what's the point? What are the techniques? Grip, rotation, release. There it is. Hold on. You're about to throw the discus. Anybody who did track and field remembers seeing people throw the discus even if they didn't do it themselves. And you probably remember both in the shot put and the discus, there's this like compacting contraction of the body and then the release. Let's read release. Once the rotation is complete, the cycle, athletes need to properly release the disc. The rotation, the cycle, will create a clockwise spinning motion on the discus as it leaves the hand. The cycle is going to put things into motion. The previous cycle that you were just in was what started the Wheel of Fortune, which now I understand the Magician and the Fool underneath. The new beginning that you're experiencing is happening because of, it's like pulling the lawnmower on. Okay, so here, focus, Grace. The rotation, the cycle will create, okay, this is interesting. The cycle will create a clockwise, a forward-moving spinning motion on the discus as it leaves the hand. Interesting. So remember how I said you're doing the Saturday Night Fever dance and you're opening and closing and opening and closing? And, oh my gosh, how you're releasing, but then as you release, it also charges you. So I kind of get the sense of by releasing the energy of the past cycle, but in a positive way, right? Turning your scars into stars, turning your test into testimony, right? Taking 2020 or whatever this is that you're kind of, is making you hold life close to the chest and tossing it out is actually going to charge you up, right? So maybe you go and you tell the story of how 2020, rocked your world, but you rocked it right back or whatever, right? And in doing that, it, I believe, expands your energy, also creates new energy within you and helps you to release things that no longer serve you, but then make them serve you when you release them. Child. By squeezing it out of your hands, you release the centrifugal force created by the body's spinning motion, propelling the discus away from you. You release the force. That's pressure to me. I don't know why. Squeeze it out. That sounds gross, but it does. The discus should leave your hand off of your index finger. What is this? Earth? Oh my gosh. Look. Look at this. Look at this. You're not gonna freaking believe me because you guys don't believe me stuff. Sometimes you're crazies, but listen to me. Listen to me. If you've ever seen someone throw a discus, if you don't believe me, pause this video right now, go look up throwing a discus and then come back and you will see what I'm talking about. You crouch in, you hold the discus, You release the discus and then you look to see where it went. How far is it going to go? Look at the discus. Throwing the discus is your new beginning. I don't know. This is a very specific message. Kind of getting like a Hanukkah vibe from this too. Like, I didn't think it would burn because the wick had messed up, but now it's just perfect little crater burning. Like it's reminding me of the way an orange, like when you try to burn the orange, the rind. Okay, Grace, what comes after you release? What comes after you release? Huddle up. Mastering, I guess this is just how they end their things. They call it huddle up, but I guess we're supposed to read this. Huddle up, a huddle to me means contact communication. We're having a huddle with our divine counterpart, which is really important. Okay, focus. Mastering the discus throw. Mastering the detachment and the release is a difficult task, even for the very experienced track and field athletes, even for the most well-rounded, powerful, empowered, awakened ones, ascended ones. Learning to throw in a stationary motion. Wow. Creating energy. Going against the inertia of being stagnant. Is that the right phrasing? Anyways, Grace, just say words and keep moving. It can be a good stepping stone to greatness, and implementing effective training drills. Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine in training. Can increase comfort with all the motions involved in throwing, with all the motions involved in being the creator you were meant to be. With the proper technique and lots of practice, anyone can become a great discus thrower. So, Divine Feminine, you have just learned a technique. Now you're being asked to show how you do it. What is under this? Let's just find out. I just wanted to see. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking excited about this year. Oh, okay, sorry. I was being nosy. You, Divine Feminine, have been experiencing a training on how to better work with energy. Sometimes I even see this like an energy ball, and I always think about Dragon Ball Z, even though I really didn't watch it. I've only seen it, more as an adult, just watching with like homeboys and like Mr. Lightwork or whatever. But just picturing someone holding their hands together and creating something, right? And then knowing exactly how to make it go where they want it to go. And it's learning how to use what your gifts are, the way that they're used. And then I think also the next thing is that innovation. And I think that's what we're moving into. We're Divine Feminines, we're moving into innovation. The Divine Masculine is about to be moving into the discus throw. And you can kind of see they've been waiting for their seeds. They've been waiting, so now that this is going to become available to them, they can do it. Okay, what do we need to know? Oh, this is dope. The Six of Wands. This excites me because together this is 13. And to say that they're going to learn how to do this massive, amazing release vibe thing that we're talking about right here, and that they're coming out of 13 or release energy, they're being given the seed that they need. They're being given the sense of forward momentum to do it, most likely because they received the divine spark from you. So first you gave them the spark, they took the spark. Now you're going to give them the skill. Now you're going to help them understand how to use all their new tools of the more positive mindset and being more grateful about life, not seeing everything through such a cynical mindset, believing that they can be creators in their own right. Like, you're going to help them use all of that and show them how to now throw it out, right? Discus wise. The farther you can stretch your energy, right? Your reach, the more people, places, things, situations, whatever you can expand and influence, the bigger impact you're making on this world. That's what your Divine Masculine is coming to learn. They're coming to crown you. But this is about the love they have for you. You need to be expecting them not waiting for the crown, not waiting for the ring, not waiting for the love and the relationship, but you need to be standing there with a whole garden full of pentacles for them to start practicing out back. Okay. This is okay. So on the board, what do we got here? We got 18 and or 9. That's interesting. Doing this right around that. What is this? What is it? Ooh, this is interesting. Because we have a new moon in Capricorn. This is kind of crazy. We're not there yet, and some of you are going to watch this after, and you might want to look back on your calendar and say, what happened mid-January? But it's pointing me in the direction of setting new goals. And then, unlike last year, where we set goals and intentions, and then when we realized they were not going to work or fall apart, or something wasn't going to support us, or we just kind of either got really mad or even more determined to do something, which was just ridiculous. Like, why were you fighting it? Like, whatever, it was like we just didn't necessarily do the right thing. Take it as you will, because everyone had different responses to the way 2020 went. A lot of people had different visions for what they expected for 2020. Some people, their vision was my vision was actually able to come to fruition in many ways. There were some things that had to fall away, but so think about it. Because again, I know sometimes it's like, well, not me, but that's not this. But what about this one? And it's like, listen, general read, okay? Take it as you need to. But I get the sense of now we're being encouraged to set goals. Now that we've had a chance to kind of sit in 2021 for a few days and look around, now we're ready. And then once we do that, once we set the goal, once we get the idea, we've learned from 2020, 2020 was such a blessed year for so many. We learned to be open to change. So right as you set your goals, something happens, within a couple of days, maybe even moments, where you get the information you've been missing and everything falls together. And it's up to you to make the choice. Are you going to, immediately go to war, put up blockages, get nervous, get scared? Are you going to only see the negative? Oh my gosh, this is the nightmare. I just made the choices and now I have to change it. Are you going to, see the beauty in it? See the good in it and say, I can work with this. I can work with this. Are you going to say, you know what? I'm going to get my life together and I'll figure it out. What are you going to do? How are you going to handle it? Because in the end, whatever way you choose to handle this transition, because from December 12th to January 12th, the entire Twin Flame Collective has been in a haze. I did this and I feel it. It is the overlap, the middle part of the last decade and the next decade. 2020 and 2021, I don't know what it was, but from December 12th to January 12th, it was like even on the new year, we weren't clear yet. And now something's happened. Or we're leading up to it. Or again, if you look back and you think, whoa, that was around the time that this, or, maybe some of you are like, I didn't even set resolutions yet. Or I decided not to do that this year. I want to change things up. Maybe some of you normally, on the first go vegan for a month or, whatever. And something in you were like, I wasn't ready. And it's like, no, now you just have this determination and it's really great. It's exciting. So let's just get a little bit of understanding about this. What do we need to know for the divine feminine? Well, look at you. It's time to spread your wings. Why? Because look at you when you do, honey. This is strength in this deck. It's also justice in most decks. Like, in the Rider-Waite, 11 is justice. Interesting that I grab strength. I go to do this. And the Queen slides down and the 6 of Cups is revealed back there. It's 6 of Cups. Great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness and compassion. You're going to need all of this It's up to you. You see that portal in the back right here? You see that? It's up to you. You just got here to this new land, this strange place. And look at this. You came in, you had your sword and your shield, but all you see is doves of peace and rainbows. I think this is saying everything you needed for this world, you probably already had that. The stuff that you needed to get to this world, though, that's where you needed all this, the what is it, battle, or is it arraignment? I don't know. But let me say that again. What you needed to exist in this new realm, this new world, this new space of goodness and happiness and joy and yummy. Yay. I love it. You already had it in you. You've had it in you since you were born. But what you needed to get out of the realm that you were in, the realm that was like your teaching realm, what you needed to get through the portal, to the portal, really, not even through it, to the portal, and then through it, you don't necessarily need all that in the new land. It's up to you. If you want to carry this armor and this shield and the sword, if you want to carry all this stuff, you can, but you have a spiritual version of all of this in you. So you technically don't need to carry it. Because my thing is this, what does an angel need with a sword and a shield when the angel has made it to heaven? You don't need it. Maybe you need it on the way out. Maybe you go like in Asgard and you go set yourself up by your portal. You know, you have a locker, you know, and you go grab this stuff when you need to go back and do some other types of work. But you don't need this here. Wow. Release harsh judgments of yourself, the world around you. Release harsh judgments of your future world, where you're going. And have the strength to forgive yourself when you realize what a big mistake you've made thinking that you were going to need. I don't know what you thought. But for real, when you get to heaven, it's not the same, honey. It's not. What's the most important thing for the divine masculine? Wow. I mean, divine masculine really is here to take the lead from the divine feminine. I mean, just chills. I can't even freaking believe this. You know why? Because look at the image. It's a freaking portal. You want to know the difference between this card and the devil or ego card in this deck? The only difference is that, well, from this perspective, the only difference is this person is not wearing a mask. See, ego causes us to go back into the cycle and do the same thing. Do you understand? Ego causes us to run through into the same stuff. But you are being encouraged now through this message that your divine masculine has taken their mask off. Okay, you know, I know this is silly because I don't know exactly what song this is, but there is a song. You guys are about to find out. So this is weird, but I'm gonna say every couple of months I get a message from someone who like watches a video of me and sees my face. And they're like, oh my gosh, I thought you were this, you know, elder white woman. And it's funny because I'm always like, I guess I do have like that Florida white woman tan, you know? You guys, I'm mixed. I'm allowed to say white woman this way. My mother is a white woman. What? So I guess it makes sense. And then it's like, dang, are my hands look that old that you guys think I'm old? And maybe it's because I have like degrees and stuff. And you're like, oh, you must be like 50 or 60. You've kind of been around the block. I don't know what it is, but you guys always think I'm old. And I don't really take offense to it because to me, I'm just going to assume that it's a compliment. I'll just say like, I take it as a compliment. But I am a young, multi-ethnic individual. And I'll tell you the truth. I don't know much about popular stuff. And I'm about to age myself is the point of this very long-winded tangent. Mask off. Okay, it's a song. How funny is this? It's a song by Future. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Don't judge me. This is insane. Maybe I should read. Oh my gosh, this is a freaking song about drugs. Just see, this is where I wasn't supposed. First of all, let's just look at something. We have the divine feminine coming from the place of the wands into the pentacles. We have the divine masculine coming from the place of the pentacles into the wands. We see this kind of reversal happening. We see the major energy, right? Major. Okay. We see 11, we see 0. I mean, this is fantastic. So let's not judge Fire Grace for this drug song she's about to check. Listen, okay. Oh my God, this is so crazy that I thought to look this up. He's saying, it's so funny because I went to or whatever genius.com and it tells you the actual lyrics, like what they mean in regular words. So what he says is he calls it how it is. He promises. And then he says, he reps his set. He reps his home. Okay, to me that talks about the divine counterparts remembering where they come from, their first estate, and you see the divine feminine's been there a little while, kind of a little bit of a distance away from the portal, not probably expecting the divine masculine, or wouldn't you just stand right next to it? Exactly. You walked away because you thought, all right, I got to move forward. I trust that they'll get here. Maybe they're already here, but I definitely wouldn't expect them to walk right through the portal right behind me. And it's like, yeah, this person, the reason why they're ready to walk through this portal is because they finally remembered their set, their gang. They remembered where they came from, their first estate. It says chase a check, never chase basically a woman. And, you know, it's to me, this common thing that divine masculines tend to do, which is being, you know, very much obsessed in the protection, right? How can I provide and protect? Not necessarily worried about the love. This person is realizing that the reason why that was actually a good thing and slightly the right approach was because they were not meant to chase you. Not yet. And they were never really meant to chase money, but they needed to have the experience of following the money, not being distracted by the divine feminine before they came into a relationship. Now listen to this. When I click mask off, which is what drew me to this says in the rap genius, meaning it takes the rap lyric and turns it into, you know, more plain English for those of you who don't know. It says this likely refers to Future's willingness to show his true self and talk about his vulnerabilities, including his drug use. It's also possible that this is meant to illustrate his willingness to gamble as he starts off cautiously preparing to commit a crime with his mask on. Now pause. I think that the divine masculine, the crime that this person would be committing, to be real with you, is to actually go and take this leap and go into this unknown land after this person that really, according to how they've always lived, they should not be willing to follow. And at first they thought they were slick and they were going to go follow you in with their mask on like you wouldn't know it was them. But what ended up happening, I think, is when they put the mask on, whatever that mask was had energy that could not cross into this new place, and it took them back to start. And maybe they did it a bunch of times, and now they're finally realizing this is what the common denominator here is. Imagine if you've never seen Groundhog Day. It's a movie where the same day happens over and over again. Imagine this divine counterpart of yours going through basically this Groundhog Day scenario. And finally, you know, in the movie, I haven't seen it in a long time, but, you know, I think he just kind of gets crazy and just does like whatever he wants, right? If you keep having the same day over and over again, you're like, screw it, I don't care anymore. I get the sense of this person starting to do an experiment and say, maybe there's a way out. And so the DM goes in and they say, okay, today I'm going to wear my shoes on the wrong feet, you know, and they wake up the next day and I was like, oh, nope, same day. All right. So maybe today I will wear, you know, I'll write dork on my forehead and just see what happens, right? And I get the sense of this person kind of going through and trying to figure out and finagle and all this stuff. And they finally realized all along it was the mask. And the reason why it took them so long is because it was on their face. Have you ever had your sunglasses or your glasses on your head, like on top of your head, and forgot that they were there and searched for them only to go in the mirror and go, oh my gosh, they were right there all along? I get the sense of that. I get the sense of this person, again, the crime that they're going out to commit, the thing that they're going to go do that is really a gamble. Take that mask off. Show your face. Be your true self. Be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to acknowledge and admit that there's been some addictions and some issues, and just go for it. Interesting. Okay. No, here's something weird. At the 2017 BET Awards, Future and his daughter showed up wearing custom-made crystal masks. I'm assuming this had nothing. It didn't. This had nothing to do with everything that happened in 2020. It said Future had 3 masks custom-made, one for him, one for his daughter, and one to wear during his onstage performance. I get the sense of prophecy here. I get the sense that this divine masculine knew it 3 years ago. Each mask cost $3,000, perhaps even a decade ago, but at least 3 years ago. I say this, and I know a lot of us in our tribe in particular have experienced the whole 2017, 2018 was that major point, either where you met your twin or were about to meet them. So again, a few years ago, I think this cycle started where the divine masculine was going through kind of Groundhog Day, dealing with the same stuff over and over, which might even be why many of you divine feminines were frustrated. And not only that, this person had on 2 masks. thought they were slick. There's so much. Now, I just got another download. Oh my goodness. The puppy in the Fool card here. You lost your puppy. You lost your puppy and did not know that your dog could smell you. I saw a story the other day about a woman who lost her dog, I think 3 weeks before, and she worked at Walmart or something like that, as a cashier. And one day she just turned around and her dog was sniffing at her leg at work. Her dog had sniffed out her job. Didn't remember where it lived, but remembered where mom had worked. I think because it, had maybe gone and seen her walk in there or something to pick up a paycheck or something. I can't even remember the story. But the dog knew where to go. Your dog knew to follow your scent, but it could not walk through the portal alone. But that's okay, because it was really there to show the DM this was the right way. Now, some of you are going to go, Grace, you lost me because I don't have a dog, or even if I do have a dog, what the hell does that dog? Listen, you need to ask yourself, what is the thing that you gave your DM? Or what is the thing that would allow them to follow your scent, right? Like Pepe Le Pew style, just floating through the air, following. Because I get the sense that you didn't know you left a breadcrumb. And that here's why you're even more confused, because you left this breadcrumb, the dog, you lost the breadcrumb. You didn't even think you had the breadcrumb. So this is interesting too, because I just heard some of you had something you thought you could give your DM. And I'm going to be real. Some of y'all, it was down to just physical, right? At least we have that. And then that went away. And you thought, well, I don't have anything now. If the power of the P ain't gonna work, then what the hell am I gonna do? So again, it's not just that, but some of you didn't realize that what you thought you lost was actually dropped exactly where it needed to be dropped, so the DM could find it, so they knew where you would be next. And even though you were far distance away from the thing that you dropped, oh, that's interesting. What? Just wait for perfect timing. I promise it's coming. Don't expect the worst, expect the best. Yeah. Four of Wands. You kept going back to that moment and mentally, maybe that's what some of you guys have been doing, going out trying to find your dog, going out trying to find that thing you dropped, whatever. But don't worry, it's exactly where it needs to be to lead your DM to you. And the crazy part is they are closer to you than you might think. Okay, so what does this mean? Let's just look at both. Three of Swords. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Really, it's 0, 1, 2, 3. So, okay. What this means is, if you don't understand why I just laughed, it's because this is the divine feminine, this is the divine masculine. It's the freaking DM. This is crazy. This is also like Four of Swords. This is all crazy. Because this is the image I keep trying to tell people and no one ever freaking sees it. Okay, Grace, relax. The DM is coming to pull that sword out of that stone cold heart of yours. And the truth is, many of you don't even know that your heart has waxed cold. Some of you are fully aware and you're like, Grace, I've been trying to tell you that's why I can't start my light work, or that's why I can't do this, or that's why I can't do that. And it's like, but that's okay though. You know why that's okay? Because you learned already. You learned that this was in place for them. What you were misunderstanding, because instead of looking for what you were supposed to be doing, you were looking for what your divine masculine was supposed to be doing, trying to figure out if they were doing what they were doing so that you could do what you were supposed to do, not knowing that you were supposed to do what you were supposed to do so they could do what they were supposed to do. Oh, see, we don't like to think about our perspective sometimes. But now you already know that everything that's happening in your life is happening in their life in the equal and opposite that is for your good. Why are you being asked to release harsh judgments, forgive, have compassion, and find your strength? Because if you don't, you're going to end up out of balance. And you're going to not see your DM coming. You're not going to feel them. You're not going to notice when they save you. It's just. This is incredible to me. I'm just. The divine masculine is coming to do what they knew they were supposed to do a long time ago. And you see how this person, look at the energy, look at the flow. They're walking into the portal and immediately you see they're facing the same direction. And where are they looking? First your heart, then you. See, what's in between you and this portal is your heartbreak. It's why you keep carrying this, even though you are getting deeper and deeper into this jungle of this freaking like Narnia or whatever you want to call it, Fillory or Hogwarts or wherever magical fantasy. You are in this heavenly space, and the deeper you get into it, the more you realize you're safe, and you still won't put down your guard. I don't think you realize that it's been glued to your hand. I don't think that you realize that when you got tired in the previous battle, in the previous realm, that you duct taped your sword and your shield to yourself. What movie is that? What scene is that from? A Knight's freaking Tale. Get the fuck out of here. Everything you've done, everything you've experienced, they are your mirror. You taped your shield. I'm freaking out. You taped this stuff to yourself so that you could get through the battle because you're strong enough to know that there was no way to get through to this realm Except through, honey. And you knew it. And you finally freaking did it. Look at your face. Look at your face. Look at your war paint. This was you. This has been you for 3 years at least, if not longer. And look at you. But I think you may have, again, you're either, you got hit on the head, you're missing something, you're confused, you don't, maybe your DM's not here, so you think that I'm not safe yet. I don't know what's happening here, but oh my God. When I tell you that this person came in and immediately knew that even if they were afraid and didn't have the strength, all they had to do, because they saw you do it, tape their freaking sword. It's crazy because I'm seeing all this really active, right? Shot put, discus, I don't know what sword fighting is called. Was fencing? Fencing, jousting. These are all what, hold on. Let me just look something up really quick again. I know I feel like I've done this 3 times already, and I feel like so many people probably keep leaving like, I'm not waiting for you, Grace, but that's okay. When was shot put invented? Early 19th century, 1866. When was discus? That's got to be way before that, right? Yeah, 708 BC, 776 BC, 708, 5th century. Okay, hold on. When was jousting invented? 1066. When was fencing invented? 18th century. We are talking about ancient love, ancient stories. What did you see here? King Arthur, the Knights of Camelot. We are talking about a cycle beginning and a cycle ending. We're talking about, think about the stellium that happened. I mean, think about, if you don't know it and you're not that into astrology, just for your own, just to see what you might learn, just look up Rare Energies 2020, 2021 and see how insane some of the things that have been happening really are when you think about them all happening, the probability and the probability of us doing a twin flame reading and getting 0, 1, 2, 3. I get the sense, oh my God, that's Mr. Lightwork's birthday. Oh my God, you guys. Mr. Lightwork, some of y'all don't like it, and that's 11 for them. Some of y'all don't like it because that's the portal. You allowed the change to come in. And that allowed there, that's why this came, because that's 11. But it was underneath. Oh my God. Grace, focus. What were you just saying? No. Mr. Lightwork. Some of you don't like it when I look stuff up, right? You're like, oh, just read, right? Some of you don't like that. I'm an intuitive. I don't actually need these cards. I just use them because I know some of you guys would not believe me if it didn't come out the way that it, you know what I mean? Some of you don't like that fact that I talk about Mr. Lightwork, or that I encourage you based on Mr. Lightwork's progress about your DM, because you're like, well, I thought they were different. I thought this was just a general. I need you to understand that Mr. Lightwork, his progress, his momentum, everything about his and I's journey, even my progress, my momentum, it is mirrored in the collective. If not, much like my life, a lot of you know I graduated high school at 16. I was upgraded. I've always experienced things kind of up ahead of everyone else. I need you to understand that when I tell you what I see is real and important, and the fact that we're talking about this happening right around the 12th of January, leading up to that incredibly important, powerful day, 1/20/2021, that I've been talking about for quite some time now. And we see on the 0123 by the 23rd. Hold on, is anything happening? The sun goes into Aquarius in this period. Okay, you guys, look, all I'm saying is The divine masculines walking through the portal is going to seal off the past vibes and the past energies. Whether you are in union in the 3D, right, or not, no longer has any impact on anything. It just doesn't. And I don't know how else to say that to you, so I'm simply going to continue just to say it moving forward. Where you've been no longer matters. And it's because you and your divine counterpart now exist in the same realm in the 3D, which is, again, going to sound crazy because you're like, but I don't understand if the 3D and the 5D overlap and multiple dimension parallel. Grace, I don't understand. I get it. I know not everyone's going to click, but the number of people who say to me, no, Grace, I get it, means that I shouldn't have to over explain as much as I have in the past. I always feel bad for the people who are new and the people who are coming in. And then I feel guilty for the people who have been around and they're like, Grace, we got it. And it's like, I'm not beating a dead horse for you. I'm helping the newbies come up to speed as fast as possible while also trying to honor you. I understand that everyone is all over and the messages can sometimes feel like too good to be true, but you're literally listening to a divine feminine who spent her entire life searching for love, finally just said, I'm done, found twin flames, realized I've been writing it for years. I wrote twin flames over a decade ago. I literally have a massive book series that will be my Twilight, Harry Potter, wherein I didn't call them that. I didn't even focus on that. It was never about the fact that they were twins and that they came split from one angel and embodied into the, and it wasn't about that. It was about what they did as those beings. Man, y'all don't understand. I'm sitting here in front of you. I'm alive. I'm telling you, twin flames are real. My divine masculine, you've watched him grow. You can go right now to Ascent 911. Watch Mr. Lightwork's growth from his first video to now. You could literally just pick one of his first 5 videos he ever did, and then pick one of the most recent 5 videos he's ever done. I'm trying to tell you, have faith. And when I say to you that everything that's happened before you saw this reading, no matter when you watch it, that it doesn't matter, I'm not trying to hurt you and tell you that it didn't happen and it wasn't real and it wasn't. No, I'm just telling you that now, what matters now is what happens next. Do you understand me? What happens now is flow. What happens now is understanding. The divine masculine will take this leap of faith. Why? Because you did. And maybe some of you, the reason you need to see this reading is so that you'll do it. Maybe some of you are standing on the edge of that cliff like, oh, I want to go so bad, but I'm so scared. Stretch your wings and fly, honey. Maybe this is Grace coming in and kicking you out of the bird's nest. I don't know, but stretch your wings and fly. Be the creator that you are. Not that you're meant to be, that you are. The divine masculine has taken the leap. And if they haven't, it's probably just because you need to walk through first. It is ordained that you walk through the portal first, honey. And once you do that, once you walk through, they walk through. Mask off. Get mask off. And since the mask, honey, let's just be real. Normally, they got these closed. You know what I'm talking about. You always see, no, mask off. I can't do that. I couldn't have done this. I couldn't have. Again, that's why I use these. Simply to allow God to come in for the most stubborn and unbelieving of you to prove that what I'm trying to say, what I've been trying to say to you for months, years, I'm not just talking to talk. And yeah, I talk a lot, but I don't talk to hear myself talk. Most people who have known me will tell you that before they really got close with me, I don't say nothing. I just observe. I put myself out here. Most people who know me will tell you I don't even fucking like social media. And yet here I am putting myself out there, dealing with the negativity and the trolls and the miserable people, the newbies who come in and they're like, I'm freaking out, I don't know what I'm doing, help me. I do all of this because it lights my whole soul on fire to see even one person go, oh my God, I get it. It's about the mission. So here I am to say to you, expect communication. But I think what you should really expect the most is the divine masculine is not going to come for your heart first. It's your heart in this realm that draws you or draws them to you. It's your heart here. See, there it was something you left, a breadcrumb. But here in this new space, no. They see through to you. They see through your pain and your heartache to you. They see the person they never saw before. They used to think you were perfect, and now they know you're not, and it makes you even more perfect to them. See, what draws them to you is your pain, but they don't fix that first. No, they're desperate for you. So don't be surprised if they come in and there is no apology and there is no, I'll fix it, I'll make it better. And maybe there's not even immediately massive changed behavior, just a few sweet things here and there. Difference, things you're sure are differences, but things you're also like, I don't know. Your divine masculine has no idea how to do this. They don't even think they're capable. But when they get to you and either realize or hear you, even in your forgiveness, hear you say, please fix this, then that's why it's 0, 1, 2, 3. They're coming for you, my dear. The healing comes after. I know that makes you probably want to stay closed, but it's time to release. This is an ancient, I'm what's under here? 2 of Cups, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a way to help you understand why this is so important, but I don't think I can. And so I think all I can say to you is just what you feel, what you remember. Some of you do past lives or whatever it is you do. You guys know that's not my thing, but I know past lives for a lot of people is really important with their twin flame dynamic. I get it. If you are a Christian and you kind of think like me that maybe we're angels or like pieces of God or parts of a heavenly choir or something, right? Like I do feel like uniquely specific to serve a certain area. So maybe I come from a specific part of the heavenly realm, right? Like for those of you who vibe like that, that's the closest thing I'm going to get to a past life, right? It's not really my past life. It's my first and my last life, right? I come from the heavenly realm into this body, and then I go back into the heavenly realm. Okay. That's the closest we'll get to past life for us. But even then you still feel it, right? So whatever it is you believe, whatever it is that makes you feel like twin flames are real, here's an actual, like, you can't see, but I'm a real person. And I'm telling you, this is exactly the flow of my wave. Me and Mr. Lightwork have been here about a year ago, maybe 2. It's time to go forward. Your twin flame journey is beautiful and unique. And it is in that uniqueness that makes you especially and particularly valuable for your divine purpose and your mission. But overall, we all experience a lot of the same kinds of things. And I want you to feel a part of this. If you feel like you're a part of this, or you'd like to, you want to start the process of really believing, or at the very least, you want to remember this reading more readily, comment, I am a twin flame. Twin flames are real, or even just like, two flames or whatever. I want you to understand that your steps are divinely ordered to lead you on a path of unconditional love, but it is not for you. You're being given all of this so that you can change the world and help others, your DM included, but more so the rest of the world. I'm like freaked out right now. This is really, really important. And I really pray that in spite of anything I might have said where my 3D self shines through, in spite of anything that I might have said where my 5D self, being a fiery prophet, didn't care about your feelings and maybe said something kind of flippant, wherever you're at and whatever part of this that maybe you were like, I don't know. Maybe you've heard it all before, similar reading, or I don't know. All I ask is that you consider for a moment that this might be real, and ask yourself if you believed that and you trusted it and you honored it fully and not halfway, 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door. What would it really mean? How would your life really change? That might be another thing that might be really helpful for you to comment, even if it's not for yourself, but maybe for someone else. Answer that question. How would my life change if I fully devoted myself to being a twin flame, regardless of union, status, finances, whatever? How would my life change? How would my future change? How would my vision change? How would my today be different? I had a feeling there was a reason why I had not been able to get a freaking collective reading out. I almost didn't do this one. I restarted it 3 times. The candle burnt out. I almost but no. You were meant to see this. You were meant to be here. I'm going to read the Fool, the Dreamer, and we'll move on, okay? It opened to the Ace of Cups. Let's read this. A wonderful new person is coming into your life. Positive emotions such as joy, pleasure, happiness, they're likely, and you may find yourself falling in love. Your psychic abilities, especially clairsentience or intuitive feelings, take flight at this time. Spiritual growth accompanies the rich emotional experiences you're having right now. Okay, now let's go to the Fool. The angels bring you this card because you're entering a new and exciting phase of your life. And remember, yes, this applies to the DM, but this is the energy of divine. Okay, this is the energy for all of us. We're all affected by the 5D and then like the spiritual inner 5D energies. But I think what's really important to understand about this particular set is because it is a twin flame reading. Oh my God, why am I so... Because this is a reading for both. And because this shows us, 0, 1, 2, 3, this shows us the connection between these cards. To me, this is for both. Because the only way that this even became possible is because of what you did, Divine Feminine. All right, keep going, Grace, come on. The angels bring you this card. Oh my gosh. Because you're entering a new and exciting phase of your life. It's important that you believe in yourself and know that the benevolent universe wants you to succeed. Now is the time for faith and commitment to your dreams. Take any necessary steps to move forward with confidence. Listen to your own inner guidance about following your dreams, but be open to information from others regarding the detailed steps to take. Set the goals and then open yourself up to the details because they might appear to alter your goals a little bit, or they might appear to take you away from the goals a little bit, right? If your goal is to get a job at some company, but you got to go to school first, that's going to feel like a real far detour, okay? But once you are in it, in the midst of it, and then as you're getting closer to completing it, then you know this was the right thing, you know? Remember that. You may need additional input or guidance from an expert before proceeding. Hello, I am an expert for you. But don't let this stall your forward movement. Actively seek the insight you need. Additional meanings: leaps of faith, creative solutions, unexpected opportunities, asserting your independence, the need for optimistic approaches to challenges. Archangel Metatron is the overseer of those who are new to the spiritual path and to young people who are spiritually aware. Why am I freaking emotional? This is unnerving. He's a wonderful guide to call upon you to help you overcome awkwardness and fully commit to taking action and moving forward toward the fruition of your dreams. With Metatron's help, you can retain childlike awe and wonder while making your way in the world. Oh, man. I don't know. I think I might be like this because, you guys, Mr. Lightwork is, he's finally, I don't know how to freaking say this. I just feel like if Mr. Lightwork can change, if Mr. Lightwork can become the man he has become, God only knows what your divine counterpart is capable of. God only knows, you know? And if this is Mr. Lightwork kind of having some sort of connection to the collective, and even like his birthday being some starting moment, you know? It's like 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. It's this crowning achievement for these divine masculines. You guys, we've been there all along. In their heart, in their mind, in their soul. They couldn't get away from us. And I'm just in awe. I see this happening in my own house. I see this happening with my clients. I hear you guys sharing in the chat, sharing in the comments. And I just want this to be the first year of many good years where twin flames don't have to come into the collective and into the fold, find out they're in separation because that's some label that someone decided had to be applied, and it's just the only word to describe if you're not together, then you must be separated. I just feel like, can this be the year where we come in and we go, separation, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm a twin flame, baby. Let's go, you know? I love you guys. I'm gonna go because I need to take a minute. I have an appointment and I need a little bit of time here to make sure I can be there for this person. So I love you. I'm out of here. Oh my gosh. Hello. Welcome. I'm Fire Grace the Gifted. Right? I'm not British. Okay. I'm gonna stop doing that now before I just can't stop. I am Fire Grace the Gifted. I'm an intuitive life strategist here on YouTube. I am here to help you more strategically and intuitively strategize for your life, okay? I want you to consider working with me in a variety of ways, but I want you most of all to recognize I have like 600 videos. I would say probably 500 of those are readings on YouTube available to you right now. So if you can't afford a reading, don't want to buy a reading, don't know me well enough to trust me with the reading, sure, no, I don't, no problem at all. But there's a reason why I continue to make all my readings free. Okay, there's a reason for that. So please, if you feel led, go back and watch. Okay, I offer long-term coaching. I offer handmade runes and intuitive supplies to help people who are new to reading. But most people work with me via readings like this, where you can get a video reading from me about your DM or about yourself, about your light work. And of course, most everyone has got at least one love letter from me. So if you're interested in working with me, as I've mentioned early on in 2020, until everything has kind of gotten to our new normal, whatever that means to everybody, financially, I'm going to make sure that I can help you guys out the best that I can. So please feel free to check out my website at any time. There will pretty much always be some discounts on the services themselves, and then there will also be like a site-wide discount. So you can get pretty much like most of my most popular readings, personal readings, DM insight readings, and love letters for a very affordable price. So just keep that in mind. Check your cart, and that will show you the discount. All right. But there's so much other stuff that I offer. One of the most important things I think everyone should consider getting at some point in their journey is their contract reading. There's all kinds of things. So just take the time to go through the site. If you have any questions, email me. I do my best to get back to people. It's really challenging. I've got 25,000 subscribers and I've got over 1,000 clients. So it's a lot. And I want to be there for you guys the best I can. If you email me at thefierygrace.com, at thefierygrace@gmail.com, you will get an auto reply back that has some links. One of the links will take you to the frequently asked questions page on my site so that you can kind of get an idea of what it's like to work with me and a little bit about my process, all of that. So my website, again, thefierygrace.com. I hope that this is everything that you need, and I'm really going to go now. I love you. Thank you so much for joining. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you think it needs to be seen by others, please share it. Maybe even, pin it on a page or a group that you manage. I think this is a really important reading, but I also have a feeling that this is a good grassroots, groundbreaking reading for people to start to understand the twin flame journey a little bit more deeply and perhaps break into the fiery grace and the Mr. Lightwork, right? The ascent approach that says, hey, let's make sure that we're looking at this from the perspective of the divine mission and not just of, when's my man, my woman, my person coming home or whatever. So please do, if you think that that's a beneficial message for people to hear in the long run, thank you so much for making sure this message gets out. Again, if you watched all the way to the end, I'm proud of you. I'm always proud of you guys, but it's not just like, oh, you finished my video. Like, thanks for the views. Again, I can do a lot more with my life beyond just being on YouTube. That's why it took me so long to ever do it. But I can reach so many more people by putting myself out there like this. When I say I'm proud of you for finishing a video, it's because I know that you could have watched a reading by someone else who didn't tell you the truth or make you feel the way I might make you feel sometimes when I trigger you. I'm proud of you for watching me and Mr. Lightwork's readings, because the honest to goodness truth is we can be tough on you because we are tough on ourselves. And the fact that you want to still be a part of our family, even though, we're human and we're still learning and growing, and especially like learning and growing and working with people who are also learning and growing and learning to love the unlovable and all, we're doing all that right now as well as you are. So it's just a blessing to be able to experience all these people wanting to be a part of what we're doing, even though we know we're not normal readers. We're not even normal twin flames. So I love you, and I'm seriously proud of you for sticking around yet another reading that maybe didn't say, hey, your DM's coming with a ring tomorrow. but you still watched, you still learned, and you're going to try to use these insights for something special in your life. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of us. I think we're doing a really great job, especially us as divine feminine. So DMs out there, thank you for finally taking the leap. If you're still here, say thank you, DM. Thank you, DM. And divine feminines, we did it. We made it to the other side. We're in the promised land. And I know you're looking around like, where's the milk and honey? Honey. You're the honeybee, baby. It's all in you. If you can dream it, you can do it. So let's do this, okay? I love you. I'm out.